It is Saturday, April 16th in the NBA, and I'm back with my two best picks of the day. Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. We are in a change of scenery today for the next couple videos as we're at the parents' home for the weekend, but that doesn't mean we're not going to get after it. We got 4 games on the slate today in the NBA and another 4 on Sunday. Yesterday, on Friday, we did a quick recap, a 2-0 day, bringing out the brooms, a little mini sweep. Darius Garland, the COS Hall of Famer, cashes one last time for the community, under 12.5 rebounds plus assists. Jonas Valanciunas, as predicted, doesn't get near 19.5 points, ends with 8 points. Hopefully we'll help you make some money. We're going to keep getting after it today. If you are new to the channel, what are you doing? Go down below, hit that subscribe button. We would certainly appreciate it. At this moment, 173 subscribers exactly away from 31,000. We'd appreciate it if you join the community. We're trying to hit 31K by the end of this weekend, so we definitely appreciate it. Go down below, hit that subscribe button. All the OGs, click that like button too. It's the NBA playoffs officially starting today. Now, I have to remind you guys about that PrizePicks free square they have live. Right now they got Joel Embiid over 0.5 points. A great deal if you want to add it to your player prop parlays. The max you can put on it is $20, but it's a free square for any of your parlays, so definitely consider it. Joel Embiid, it's eligible up until Joel Embiid's game tips off, which I believe is at about 6 p.m. Eastern time today. So, and speaking of free, if you use code COS or the link in the description, you get a free $100 up, or you get a 100% deposit match up to $100. So definitely check it out. It's a really cool sign-up bonus. We would appreciate it. Now, definitely shout out again to our COS All-Stars. We can't do it without you guys. Like, if you want to support the stream, you want to support the channel, we would certainly appreciate it. Click the join button on the channel or the link in the description and the pinned comment. We would really appreciate it. It only costs $2.99 a month. Our newest All-Stars, 2K Plug 23, welcome back. Pets MW, welcome back to Snake, welcome. And Aaron Kohlberg, we appreciate you guys all for supporting the channel. We can't do it without you guys, so thank you guys again for all the love and support. But let's waste no more time. Let's hop in, and I'm going right to the Timberwolves versus Grizzlies game for my favorite pick of the day, one of my favorite picks of the day. D'Angelo Russell over 18.5 points, minus 125 at BetMGM. Before you go down below, Austin, is this fine at 19.5? Absolutely. I thought we were going to get 19.5. Some books do have it at 19.5, 18.5, perfectly fine too. Look, with Cat a borderline no-show in their first play-in, well, in their only play-in game, look, D'Lo stepped up 29 points, and I don't know what the Grizzlies did to D'Angelo Russell, but he turns it up an extra couple notches against them because he has absolutely destroyed this points total this season. He scored 30, 28, 29, and 37 points. So not only just going over, he's absolutely crushing the line, and I think he gets it done again. He has 22 plus points in 9 of his last 10 games against the Grizzlies. The one miss where he went under, he had 18 points, which technically was on the hook for 18.5, 19.5 bettors would have been 2 under, but still, he's absolutely going to kill it, and I think he's got the best matchup for this for this Timberwolves team against the Grizzlies. Now we think about Patrick Beverley, and we think about Ja Morant on the other side. Luckily, D'Angelo Russell doesn't have to mess with Ja Morant defensively. That's going to be Pat Bev's job. Pat Bev's going to be harassing him like it's going out of style. Like, we know that what that guy does. And we'll likely see Russell, I would imagine, guard Desmond Bane. I don't see Dillon Brooks, the Grizzlies' best perimeter defender, guarding D'Angelo Russell. He'll likely guard Anthony Edwards. So I think we'll see Russell with a pretty good matchup here. Now, he either ends with Morant or Bane on him. I'm fine with either of them. Like, another good thing, Russell is on the road today. And that might sound weird. A lot of players play better at home. We look at Giannis, who averages over 30 points per game at home and like 26 or 27 on the road. It's complete opposite for Russell. He's currently averaging 16.3 points per game at home. He ups that to 19.5 points per game on the road. They're obviously on the road today in Memphis. And now Russell was in a bit of a slump post All-Star break, but he's really cranked out of that, hitting this over in 3 of his last 4 games. I like his confidence given that he's played pretty well as of late. The over-under set at 236 points. Look, I'm all in. I like our chances for him to get us 19 points and probably even 20 for all the people that take 19.5 out there. I really like D'Angelo Russell. I'm taking that line. I'm taking his over 18.5 points, minus 125 on BetMGM. I think it's a really good play, so definitely consider it if you're placing your picks. Now, my second bet of the day, I'm going to the Raptors versus Sixers game. I'm going to Tobias Harris, under 15.5 points, minus 112 on FanDuel. Now, as a side note, this will be my final pick of the day, and there's a couple reasons why. People ask me to do more plays, but look, if you were here last NBA playoffs, you guys know we lost a lot of money. It was tough to bet player props in the NBA playoffs last year. We forced too many picks. So I only want to do 2 picks. Probably going to keep kind of keeping the volume low because I know the NBA playoffs can be tough. It's going to be tough on Tobias Harris to score the basketball today. So that's why we're taking is under 15.5 points. Now, in 21 games with James Harden, obviously James Harden a Sixer, Joel Embiid out there, he's averaged 14.6 points per game, under in 12 of those 21 games. Now, you'll notice if you look at the game log, the teams who went over, the 9 games who went over, they're all against really, really bad defensive teams. We're talking about the Pacers twice with the worst defensive rating post All-Star break. Talking about the Lakers, No comment. We're talking about the Magic, the Hornets, the Nets, even the Cavaliers he went over against, and all those defenses were not good. Obviously, the Cavs were not very good defensively without Jared Allen, who returned yesterday. But look, against top defenses, he really struggled. The only real defense that he's hit this over against was against the Suns, and so bravo to him. But still, today, you're getting the Raptors, who are currently the second best defensive rating in the NBA post All-Star break. This is a team that has been very good defensively. And look, half those games were without their best, probably their best defender, OG Anunoby. Now, I don't know if Anunoby will match up against Tobias Harris. He certainly could, or they'll put him onto James Harden. But still, this is a very good defensive team. They got a lot of length, which will make it tough on Tobias Harris to score the basketball. We're thinking about guys like Anunoby, Siakam, Achua, Boucher, all these guys super long, and they're going to make it tough on him to score. Now, I also didn't mind, a Harden or even Embiid's under, and we'll talk about them maybe in a second. But look, in the two games with Harden versus the Raptors, Tobias, 5 and 8 points. Look, that ain't going to get the cut. That's going to, I would love if he duplicated that today. I'm fine with that performance. He went 2 for 9 and 3 for 8 from the field. The Raptors defense is pretty swarming. They're going to make it tough, life tough, not only Tobias Harris, but also Joel Embiid, whose line is 33.5. Now, I do think he can get his over 0.5 points, but when you look at Tobias's playoff performance, you see he's hit this over a good amount of times, and you look at it in 32 playoff games, averaging 17.8 points per game on 15.3 field goal attempts. Now, we obviously think about this Sixers team pre-James Harden. It was mainly Joel Embiid, and then you had Tobias Harris, then you had Ben Simmons, afraid to shoot the basketball. But I don't see, we saw him average 15.3 field goal attempts. I don't see him getting 15 plus field goal attempts today. And if he does, then so be it. But with Harden, he averaged 11.8 field goal attempts per game. In fact, he only shot above 15 times, 3 times with Harden. So the volume is not there for him to score the basketball. And if he wants to go out there and be efficient scoring, then sure, that I can live with it. But the Raptors are a very good defensive team. There's a reason this over-under set at 216 points, a pretty low one on the slate. Look, if he wants to score 16 plus points against a very tough Raptors team, then so be it, but I like the under 15.5 points, and I'll live with the consequences. Now, those are my 2 official picks. We're going Tobias Harris under 15.5 points and D'Angelo Russell over 18.5 points. Now, yeah, like I said, you guys asked me why only 2 picks, and that's because, it's hard to pick playoff picks. Look, it's really tough, so I'd rather leave money on the table than lose it. So that's my kind of rationale, but since you guys love you kind of want to hear my thoughts on other players, let's talk about a couple other leans I did have. Now, Joel Embiid, under 33.5 points. Already kind of hinted at this one. Look, it's a lean, and look, if you want, I do have Embiid's over 0.5 points. We're using in my PrizePicks Parlay, but don't forget to sign up using code COS, links in the description. But 33.5, super high line, sharper books like the under, and he's really struggled against this Raptors team. I don't imagine they let him go one-on-one against them, probably throw some double teams at him, make it life tough on him. Look, they got a lot of length. They're going to make it tough on Joel Embiid to score. I'll still root for the process. Now, I really don't have the courage to bet his under, but because I got his over 0.5 points, but still, I would lean his under 33.5. Now, another guy I was looking at, Monte Morris, the starting point guard for the Denver Nuggets, over 11.5 points. Now, in my opinion, this one either hits or it's a complete flop. He scores like 2 points, but the Nuggets are really limited in playmakers, and I think about this team taking on the Warriors today. Look, I don't see the Warriors letting Jokic beat them themselves. And we saw Jokic dominate them in the regular season, but I don't imagine. It's playoff basketball. They're going to at least give him a lot of different looks, give him a lot of different bodies. And I think Monte Morris is a capable playmaker for this Nuggets team. He should play a lot of minutes. He's a guy that stepped up in the postseason before. So he's got a great track record versus not only the Warriors. I think he has like 18 and 19 points his last 2 against them. But he also has a great track record in the playoffs. They're going to need people to score the basketball. And while Bones Highland will steal some minutes off the bench, I still think Monte Morris plays closer to 30, 35 minutes a day, shooting probably 11 to 14 times. I think the over 11.5 points, a pretty good look. Definitely check it out, do your guys' research, but I think that one's a decent one. Now, another guy, let's move to an under. Spencer Dinwiddie, under 6.5 assists. Now, look, I know no Luka's there, and if you want to, I don't trust the Jazz to cover the 5 points regardless. You won't see me put out a spread lean because I really don't like any spreads here, but look, the Jazz defense has been very good at limiting opposing assists, and we know that. Now, Spencer Dinwiddie, obviously, him and Brunson will carry the load on offense, given that Luka is out today, but in his 2 games without Luka, he had 6 and 7 assists, and that was against the Houston Rockets and the Sacramento Kings. Look, if you can only go 1-1 against those 2 teams, I find it hard to believe you're going to get over 7. You're going to get 7 plus assists against this Utah Jazz team. But that's just a personal opinion. I think this team's a really tough one to get assists on. Obviously, he could crush it. His teammates can knock down shots, but I just don't see it happen. I believe the over-under is like 210. I think the 6.5 assists is a little too high for me, so I'd take this under if I had to, so I think it's about even value at the moment. So not a bad pick, definitely check it out. And then the last one, Fred VanVleet, over 5.5 assists. Look, he hit this over in each game versus the Sixers this year. He should continue to play aggressive. I don't really know what the Sixers are going to play defensively. Maybe he gets Matisse Thybulle. I don't really know what lineup they're going to throw at him, but I still do think Fred VanVleet should continue to be aggressive. We know Nick Nurse. He's like Tom Thibodeau, runs his players into the ground, and we're going to see that in the playoffs. We're going to see Fred VanVleet, OG Anunoby, Gary Trent, and obviously Pascal Siakam play a ton of minutes. So we're going to see them play close to 40 minutes each, so I don't mind Fred VanVleet's over. I think he should be able to knock down some shots, not only three-pointers, but also knock it to his teammates, get him over maybe 6+ assists. I think he can get that. I think he has like 6, 7, and like 9 assists against his Sixers team. So I think he can get it done, even though the over-under is pretty low. So definitely check out those. Like I said, no spread leans today. I really don't, none of the spreads speak to me. We did go 1-1 yesterday if you took our spread leans, as the Cavs absolutely choked, but Pelicans did end up winning and covering like we predicted. Granted, I didn't necessarily predict Paul George to be out, so not much you can do about that. But my 2 official picks, we're going Tobias Harris under 15.5 points, D'Angelo Russell over 18.5 points. I'm fine if those, I probably wouldn't take Tobias a little much lower than 15.5, but I'm fine taking D'Angelo Russell up 1 point if you have to. But those are my 2 official plays. We'll be back again on Sunday for some more plays. Definitely check out that PrizePicks free square they got for Joel Embiid over 0.5 points. Use code COS or the link in the description. We would certainly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys again on Sunday. We got our MLB video coming up a little bit after this one, so definitely check that out. Appreciate you guys as always. See you guys on Sunday. Peace out.